I would really like to say thank you to my Aunt Josephine, who inspired me to start this endeavor. I'll start again. We go out with a bang tonight at 16 years, and I think we really made a difference in this community. And I know this isn't the end. I know bigger and better things will come out of this.
The Pink Ribbon Ball was started in 1998 by my nephew Anthony Salitoro. He was only 19 years old at the time, and I had gone through breast cancer 2 years previous in 1996.
And in 1998, when she was in remission, we wanted to celebrate and we wanted to do something in her honor.
So one day he came over to my house and he said, Aunt Josephine, he says, I'd like to start something to raise money for breast cancer. He says, because I've seen what you've gone through and I feel that I want to do something about it.
Number one purpose is to raise awareness.
I have lost several friends to breast cancer at an early age, leaving young families behind.
I experienced breast cancer in my family when I was 10 with my grandmother, and it was a 2-year struggle.
My mother was also diagnosed with breast cancer over 15 years ago and is also a survivor.
My sister had been diagnosed with breast cancer at a young age. She was only 34.
My mother passed away in '07 of breast cancer, which changed my life.
You know, it's a horrible diagnosis when you hear those words and you hear them from someone you love, that this has happened. And it's happened twice in my life to people I care deeply about.
It was an event that we started to celebrate those who had survived cancer, to have them come out and feel good about themselves, a night for them to be out with their family and their loved ones that helped them through such a difficult time. And also it is a night to celebrate those that we lost to cancer.
So he started this event in 1998, in June of 98, and we had 130 guests at the Colombo Lodge. We had dancing, we had a champagne reception, and we raised a little over $3,000.
Funding to date has been $616,000, starting in 1998 with the first year of fundraising at $3,400, and in 2012 going to $100,000.
But at the end of the day, it's not about the dollars raised. It's about raising awareness. It's about touching somebody's life.
We've attended every single Pink Ribbon Charity Ball. This will be our 16th event that we will be attending.
So many great memories with the Pink Ribbon Ball. It's a chapter of my life that's closing and coming to an end. But I am so grateful for the people that I've met.
My dream guy. Everyone's once in a lifetime, someone comes along that just sets your world on fire. And for me, that person is Anthony Salitoro.
He somehow transforms the room into this magical evening for everybody to enjoy. You know, walking into the room and just being absolutely wowed every year.
He radiates that energy to other people, and it makes you want to be involved.
The survivors are the ones that deserve the applause and the accolades, not me.
And of course, it's really nerve-wracking when you're an MC because, of course, you want people to think that you actually did an okay job. And so all that went well, and then Anthony actually got up and decided to sing. And I thought, oh, this could not go very well. I have no idea what this guy's going to sound like. Sorry, Anthony, but that's literally what I was thinking. And he did really well.
Who can forget the Crazy Greek Night? I mean, cracking plates in the middle of the dance floor.
Putting on the Ritz was my favorite, and I really have to put that in there because it was a black and white affair and it was amazing.
Ballerina dancers.
I think a few years ago we had Winter Wonderland and there was snow falling in Colombo Hall. Only Anthony can produce snow in September.
Well, my fondest memory was the Italian one. It had the flavor of giving, but it also had the flavor of the Italian European touch. All of us on the committee, we look at each other and say, what possibly can Anthony come up with next year that's going to be better than what we've just done? And amazingly enough, he does.
I think my fondest memory would have to be the very first time I actually was able to walk up with a candle and light a candle for my grandmother. That was very, very special, and that was the beginning for me. That was just a very emotional thing for me, and it's something I'll never forget, is doing that for the first time.
When we reflect on the women that have succumbed to the disease and also the flame, the spirit of those who've survived the disease, that's probably my most fondest memory.
And I will never forget one person. Her name was Sue Lahovich. And she became a very dear friend to me and to my family. When the event goes on, the candles in the room glow and the room is set so spectacular and everybody's dressed up. And I think of her the minute the event begins, and there's many more people. There's a list of people that have touched my life in this event, and I wish they could be here still today.
It's this massive labor of love that has really become almost a Kamloops tradition now.
We have had major businesses and partners in this community that have been very generous.
His efforts were phenomenal, and I thought that some people in the community needed to get behind him and really enhance those efforts if we could.
Now it's great to see in its final year that the funds will be going to Royal Inland Hospital.
Every year in Kamloops alone, of the 8,000 women who get screened at the screening mammography clinic across the street from the hospital, of those 8,000, we find 40 cancers. Those women had no idea that they had cancer because they did not have any symptoms. That's 40 cancers per year. That's why screening works.
A mammogram saved my life. It was through a mammogram that my breast cancer was discovered.
We want to be able to detect cancer with the highest sensitivity and the highest specificity that we can. We have some needs to get us there to state of the art. We want to be able to make it a coordinated effort. We want to be able to offer a one-stop shop for these women.
I think for me, one of the most astounding conversations I've had with a researcher was a conversation where he told me that the way he treated a woman today for breast cancer was different than it was 6 months ago, and certainly different than it was 2 years ago. To me, that is really encouraging that things are changing that dramatically.
On a real positive note, my mother-in-law is a 24-year breast cancer survivor, and so we celebrate that every day.
My sister was a case in point. She was basically pronounced terminal right from the start and given in less than 2 years, and she made it for 10.
One huge highlight was after my sister was diagnosed and was able to come back the next year and speak as a survivor.
I wear my pink ribbon as a sign of love and hope.
I would like to thank Aunt Josephine. Without you, none of this would be possible. And I would like to thank you for being so inspirational, for being so positive, for giving so much of your life in the last 15 years to this event.
We can't all do big things in big ways, but we can all do little things with great love and little ways.
Most importantly, I would like to say thank you to the community of Kamloops.